Hey, I'm in bed, already half naked. But I have a theory why narcissists are unemployed and want you to be unemployed too. Well, first of all, they want you to be unemployed too, to spend more time with you, to be able to do their narcissistic games on you, to be able to spend more time with you and gaslight you and manipulate you. But I think the narcissist doesn't see meaning in work. First of all, they are not really good with other people. They are no team workers. They are not really good in teams. They cannot really, they are missing so many social skills, and you still find many narcissists in leadership position, which is weird. But they lack so many social skills and awareness and consciousness in how you treat other people. So they probably have issues with their boss. That's the first thing. But the second thing is that most narcissists don't know in general how to live life, how to use the gift of life as something where you ask yourself, what am I going to do with the precious time that was given to me? Am I going to work with young people, old people? What are my talents? What are my gifts? They are still children. So everyone has to take care of them, first of all, in their weird mind manipulation games. Secondly, they don't know themselves, so they never learned self-reflection, consciousness awareness. Who am I? What are my goals? What is driving me? What are my desires? What would I like to learn? What is it I want to contribute? They don't know about that because they never learned about themselves. They never got to know themselves, who they are. Who am I if I'm not busy controlling others? Am I good in teaching others? Am I good at, they didn't do that. They didn't get to know themselves because they were busy controlling, manipulating, and hating and violating others to feel safe. That's the whole thing with them. They are in constant survival mode. They constantly want to feel safe by using others. So they never learned about themselves. What are my passions, desires, la la la. So they don't know how to use that, to use these things and bring them to life, in life. Then narcissists are kind of lazy parasitics. They steal from others. They copy from others their personality. They pretend they do cook or do yoga or do plant a tree, but actually that's just someone else's resume they are using for their own good because they are not really doing anything. I think it's the lack of knowing yourself that keeps you from doing, and it's the lack of self-awareness that keeps you from being productive. Laziness comes also with their inability to feel positive emotions or emotions themselves, like they are really disconnected from their own emotional state, from their awareness, from their consciousness. They don't know who they are. So what am I doing with it? Just look at what other people do. That's how I feel important. I go around, control, manipulate others because I don't know what to do with my time, and I stalk other people. So this is how I feel like I have a life, even though I'm not. And instead of, they are just envious and rageful and jealous. But instead of using envy and jealousy to understand, oh, maybe I want to do that too. Oh, maybe I can because I'm a living person being. I can do these things. They don't do that. They don't reflect as far. Why? Because they feel so miserable. They think they are superior. They build this great persona of being superior and more important than anyone else. But in the long run, it comes back to being really, really sad and miserable and having very low self-esteem. So from very low self-esteem, I don't feel like I can. That's close to the empath issue, and why empaths sometimes don't work is because we have low self-esteem and we are scared to set boundaries, and we are overgiving, and that can be training. The narcissist, however, always thinks they have to be the most important person in the room, and that's difficult in a place where you work as a team. Besides that, a lot of narcissists cannot stand a boss and being told what to do. They are not really loyal, and they are not really good in getting orders done. The empath, however, is really good with that. The narcissist is lazy, but I think it's more like not knowing what to do with time. And the narcissist is just probably scared of competition. They avoid places with a lot of people quite often, the covert narcissist. Because yes, they want to be in the center of attention, and groups of people are good for that, but equally they are so scared of not fitting into that group, or not being seen in that group, or not being validated. So whenever there are group activities, they don't join, because I think they pretend. They always say, like, I had this one boyfriend. He was narcissistic in his way, but he would never join anything, and pretend that it was because of all the other fools who are all idiots, and he's too good to go there, and his time is too precious to go there. His time was spent with smoking too much weed and playing video games. That's how he spent his time. And when I asked if we could go somewhere, maybe the cinema, maybe the pool, maybe somewhere because he's my boyfriend, he would roll his eyes at me, tells me he doesn't want to be my babysitter, and would continue smoking weed for the next 20 hours and play too many video games, and at some point get up, make himself Thai pasta, huge bowl of Thai pasta, but like the convenient food stuff in the bag already, like super unhealthy, would eat that, would smoke a lot of weed, and would continue playing World of Warcraft for the next 20 hours and not sleep, and then not go to school, and then maybe learn for one day and know everything, and then he would be good at school. But that's narcissistic too, because he would never join groups pretending it was because everyone is a fool, but actually he was scared that he's the fool, which he was. Like they pretend everyone else is the dickhead and the idiot, but in actuality they are really, really scared of social settings, and they act awkwardly in social settings. Like, they don't talk. He would hide behind a pole sometimes when I wanted to introduce him to a friend of mine. Yeah, I don't know. yeah, the narcissist is really, really difficult in his nature and really, really weird. He's a weirdo. Um, and sometimes you don't see it as narcissism. You have to look really closely, because sometimes when they don't participate, it's and they say it's because everyone is an idiot. It's because they are so scared of being seen in public, or like being acknowledged, or being criticized. And I think that's the main reason why a lot of narcissists seem lazy. They don't have a connection to me, this life, my time on earth, and purpose, and what am I doing with that. And at work, I think they cannot make that connection between I'm important, this work is important, it gives me purpose, I'm serving others. Like work also means, especially social work, but every kind of work is I'm serving someone else, my boss, the guests, the customer, and whatever. And narcissists didn't sign up for serving others or for serving humanity. They came to serve the devil and like recruit people for him, and send their demons and recruit people for him, humans. So he's far away from wanting to be of service for the good side. And I think he cannot see the point in working quite often. Like, what's the point? Because if you don't know who you are, if you have a lack of emotional stability and knowledge, if you're not conscious, if you're not aware, you don't know who you are, you don't know why you came here, you're never connected to that. So it's really difficult for you to go and work in a place where you're scared of people's judgment and criticism. And like, there are a lot of people out there who can deal with narcissism really, really well, and whenever and they would like confront them right away, and the narcissist would like really suffer because people wouldn't be happy to see him, because people would be like, just like, yeah, I don't want to deal with you. I've seen that before. And it's what breaks the narcissist to be insignificant. But at the same time, they don't do anything. So why would they be significant? And that's why a lot of times they aim for the leadership position without having any social skill. For like the leadership position in somewhere, politics, being the president and having all the power. They want to have all the power. But they don't understand that with those leadership positions, with great responsibility, great power comes great responsibility. If you have that power, if that power is handed to you by the people, that you have to use it wisely and not just walk around like an asshole. But that it's your job and duty to work for the people, being of service for humanity. That's your job. And they don't really care about people. So why do I work? And I don't care about money, and like, they don't see me anyway, and they underestimate me, and I'm too good for that job, I'm too good for that boss, I'm too good, like, everyone has to work at a certain time and space where they won't feel appreciated. And that's not always the boss's job to constantly appreciate you, because you also go there to earn money. Anyhow. But they are unemployed quite often because they lack understanding and meaning of purpose. They are lazy because they feel disconnected. They don't know who they are, and they are scared of social settings and other people, because other people could always expose them and criticize them and not liking them. Okay, bye.